1v1, Green Tooth Gorge, blue side. It's SuperHooper plays a Warboss, angry melee commander that walks through cover. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and can be incredibly tough late game. Up against is Bekromancer, plays an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration, or this is Ultramarines DLC, hence the Apothecary looking awesome. East side, victory point natural for Bekromancer, west side natural for SuperHooper, and contested in the centre. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. SuperHooper with double shooters, Bekromancer with tactical marines, and following it up with scouts. These guys capping 50% faster than normal, heavy infantry, very durable and versatile. Pity we're not seeing double sluggers, which I quite enjoyed to see. Double shooters it is. It's like both players not being aggressive early on, trying to cap up their side of the map before they try to venture forth. Often you see a melee commander run out and try to smack things around instead of capping. Warboss here idle. 485 500 early on, 1-to-1 cap. Apothecary capping mid. Marines and scouts going to the west side. Sluggers are gonna get a surprise here, getting shot up, lose them all immediately, and they run away. Warboss coming mid. What are we gonna see then? Apothecary with the mastercrafted bolter perhaps to try and control that Warboss. Devastators maybe, a pain boy for SuperHooper, we will see. No sign of any power spent anywhere so far. Yes, we do have shotguns for the scout squad. 472 500. Tactical marines on capping duty. We might see a flamer and a quick power harass there. Here come shooters, light infantry in tier 1 that have some awesome DPS. Can get some good upgrades that make them quite expensive but even more shooty. And they're going to decap the west side. Not much going on early game. Warboss is finally going to see some action. There's a shotgun blast and he's vastly outnumbered here. Should just retreat. He's going to take unnecessary damage. There we go, he does retreat. And he's going for some storm boys. Awesome. Apothecary now capping duty again. Decaps the mid. Shooters decapping west. Lots of capping going on. Another generator up. Oh, the shooter's going to shoot it. Surely they want to shoot something. There we go. Node getting dackered, and scouts moving into retreat path. He doesn't have grenades on them though. Just going to shoot up these shooters, and tactical marines are there, so these guys need to instantly retreat. And another non-starter engagement. Tactical marines forcing melee combat a bit awkwardly, but and they don't even take a model here. Seem to go around the cover instead of just to the left of it. Double. Nope, that's sluggers and shooters blob capping. Move one onto this wreck point. Come on, there we go. Shooters now getting a knob leader up. Gives them more DPS, more durability, and makes them a detector. It's kicking off. Finally, Storm Boys pushing the action, but they are forced off as well. There's a heal from the Apothecary. Warboss moving in onto the scouts. They have shotguns and a grenade, and the other squad also has shotguns. Wow. Storm Boys might struggle to make an impact here. Apothecary, no sign of his purification rights or mastercrafted bolted, spending all his power on his scouts so far, which is a good investment in 1v1s, I think. Scouts can seem somewhat underwhelming in 3v3s, I feel, since often you're fighting over a specific area or in a specific lane where the mobility of the scouts doesn't really come into play. Watch someone like Dark Riku playing his marines in 3v3, often sends his scouts all over the map, decapping stuff and being annoying. I think that's a very good way to use them in 3v3s. But this is a 1v1 and shooters are capping. They've done it. Well done. Are you going to move now? Nope, they don't want to move. They're orcs. They cap stuff and bash stuff. And the Warboss has the bang hammer. Look at this thing. Awesome weapon. Looks awesome too. 75 DPS. He also has an awesome kick animation with it, which is hilarious. Got a massive hammer. I'm going to kick you in the shin. Your power armored shin. There it is. Smacking it on the tactical marines, and he is forced off. Apothecary has gone for the sanguine chainsword. Pretty nice weapon, I think. Gives him some more survivability, allows you to be a bit more aggressive with your Apothecary, tying things up and such. Gives him an increase of damage, but he doesn't really put out much with his default weapon or his thing. 408, 472. SuperHooper really going to engage here. Sluggers are going to get forced melee by the attack. No, they aren't. They get away with just one loss. 2 losses even. Math is good. Shooters in retreat. Full gen farm for SuperHooper, which Bekromancer has not pushed against at all. He's capping up now, which is understandable. But I think a quick flamer on these guys and put some pressure down here to split up SuperHooper. Storm Boys are moseying around. They're quite slow on their feet, as you can see. They have power weapons though, so they are a huge threat in tier 1, especially with some use your choppers or Ard Boys support from the Warboss. 386, 472. Tier 2 for Bekromancer. Scouts are going to shotgun blast this Warboss, are they? There we go. He's big, massive fella, but you can knock him down and suppress him. 383, 472. West side Sluggers chasing off Tactical Marines. Have not really seen a single sustained engagement in tier 1 yet. Scouts now capping mid. It might all explode in tier 2 here. Sluggers on decapping duty. This fully matured rec point up to plus 30 there. These Sluggers have been capping the whole game. They're really good at it now. You should get XP for capping. Have they got any XP at all? They do. They must have hit something and it died at some point. Shoot, maybe they stepped on a bug and got some XP. Apothecary capping east. It's gonna be a 2-to-1 for Bekromancer. Razorback on the way. And it'll be interesting to see. I can't remember the last time I saw a Razorback purchased. 382, 45. Whoa! 459, not 45. Whoa! But those Storm Boys got absolutely owned by that grenade. Is he gonna wipe these guys? They get away. That was alright. Shotgun blast on the shooters as well. He's done really well with these shotguns to completely control SuperHooper, who goes tier 2 just as the Razorback rolls out. Support vehicle for Space Marines allowed to use to reinforce and transport allied infantry, also armed with a twin-linked heavy bolter. There you see it firing away, doesn't suppress but does reasonable damage to infantry. Sluggers can't really do much to this thing. Can get an extra armor upgrade which boosts its health. 371, 459, which we might see, especially since the Storm Boys can get a knob beater in tier 2 who is fierce and has a heavy melee knife, but they didn't finish reinforcing there. Mistake from SuperHooper, take him out of base and he's realised and he's going back. 371, 456. Cautious play all round, but they've preserved their squads and we might see a very interesting tier 2 here. Interesting, I can talk properly. Here comes the Apothecary. He's almost level 2. Warboss, he must be seriously freaking angry right now. He's barely got to swing his hammer or kick anything. Stone Guard veterans are up with their Hellfire rounds loaded in, doing damage over time to light infantry and commanders. So pretty damn good versus an Ork tier 2. Special attack from the Apothecary knocks down the Warboss, and here comes Storm Boys jumping in out of nowhere, just falling on their ass when they land. It's awesome. There was a heal on the Stone Guard veterans. I got confused for a second. I thought that was a heal on the Sluggers. I wonder what the heck he healed them with. Tank Busters now on the way. Sluggers do not want to stand around here. Shooters trying to get some DPS, but need to be behind cover. Storm Boys jumping in to get some rear armor hits with the knob leader. Look at the size of this guy. I was trying to get him outfitted with a chain axe or something, so it's a bit more obvious that he has heavy melee. He would lose his pistol, but he doesn't do anything anyway. By the moment he has a heavy melee knife, that's how strong he is. He cut the tank apart with his knife, and he goes down there. Tank Buster Barrage. Wow, look at the damage it did to that Razorback. He needs repairs. He has double scouts to do so. Oh no, Dreadnought on the way. How is he going to deal with this? He needs to get the Power Claw, basically needs to. 352, 439. Could get some looters with the beam F gun. 1-to-1 cap. Now a 2-to-1 for Bekromancer. What the heck is a Bekromancer? Level 2 scouts. We have some more level 2 scouts. Dreadnought hits the field. And look how awesome it looks with Ultramarines DLC with a dead Warrior Brood model on top of it. This thing starts off as a melee walker with 2 close combat weapons, wrist-mounted flamer, inspires nearby troops, allied troops that is, whenever it makes a kill in melee combat, and has the awesome Emperor's Fist, so those Storm Boys are in trouble. We do have looters on the way though, it's kicking off mid finally. Stone Guard veterans using and they shall know no fear, and there is Angels of Death as well, a global ability of the Apothecary. But here comes the Dreadnought to even this engagement up big time. Stone Guard veterans live, taking bang bang hammer hits, and there's an Apothecary heal, and they still live. 320, 439, and the Stone Guard veterans get away. There is the Emperor's Fist, knockback, stun, and damage. Dreadnought took a lot though from the tank busters there. Tank busters do good DPS even without their barrage. Hard Boys trying to save those Storm Boys. Quick thinking from SuperHooper, and it works. We do have a beamy death gun now, and this thing does heinous damage per hit. Boom, that is crazy. But the Apothecary has now tied them up. That Dreadnought needs to be very careful with those looters around and those tank busters. Wow. He's decided to stick with a bang bang hammer. We'll see how it goes. He's still level 1, this Warboss. Apothecary is almost level 3 and he's getting another Dreadnought. Is this an Overwatch mistake? Gonna be awesome if not. Dreadnought being repaired here. This is shaping up to be a pretty awesome tier 2. We have all units. No, we don't have. Yes, we do have all units still on the field. Storm Boys repurchasing their knob leader, 75.25 for this guy. Pretty good price considering what he gives you. Is he going to come out in time though to them? Oh, good grief. Tank Busters just absolutely own that Razorback with that beamy Death Gun looter there. That was nuts. Didn't even need the Storm Boys to engage, and now we have double Dreadnoughts. One of them forcing off the Warboss. This Dreadnought now fully repaired. Beamy looters need to turn and face it. There we go. Bang. And they do get a shot in just before it gets out of the firing arc. 259. 239. Can they set up again for one more shot? No, they can't. There's Emperor's Fist. And now they need to retreat through a Dreadnought, which is not good. There's a special attack on the tank busters. And a shotgun blast. Some decent play all around there. Scouts get away. Yes, they do. Shooters pouring that DPS on those poor scouts with big shooters as well. Here come. Use your choppers, sluggers with hard boys. And they're going up against this Dreadnought here. Still level 1. Grenade thrown in. Ouch. And they're doing reasonably well to this thing. Wow. If that grenade didn't come in and those scouts weren't there, they might have taken that thing down. But as it is, they're taken down themselves. 259, 422. If that was a Storm Boy squad, that would have been a dead Dreadnought, I think, with those buffs. But as it stands, SuperHooper just wasted a whole bunch of red on those buffs and didn't get the result he wanted, which was a dead Dreadnought, which is now going to be repaired. Stone Guard veterans capping west side. They do retain their 50% faster capping speed as Stone Guard veterans, and they get this permanent sergeant, which is cool for them. Storm Boys jumping in, stunning the Apothecary because of the knob leader being there, but he heals himself and gets away. He's level 3, so his heal is beefed up and has armor and purity. Assault Cannon Dreadnought and a melee Dreadnought for them to deal with. Is this guy leveled? He has leveled. He's level 2, up to 1320 hit points. What we're going to see, I think SuperHooper wants to get tier 2 now, tier 3 now even. Get it right. Get some knob squad action going. Stick them on the Dreadnoughts, buff them, and watch the Dreadnoughts melt. 226, 417. Here comes Storm Boys. Can they jump again on the Stone Guard? Don't think they have the energy. Not sure how much these Storm Boy jump costs. It's 55 or 65 or something else entirely. These guys in trouble. Pain. That is pain, pain, and pain. And Storm Boys hit level 2. Bekromancer obviously looking elsewhere at that point. That is a big loss, losing the stern guard. Luther's forced to retreat. Dreadnought doing very well. Double Dreadnought play in a 1v1, awesome to see. 226, 397. SuperHooper does go tier 3. Shooter's losing model in retreat. So we've got a Slugger loss, Stern Guard loss, and a Razorback loss so far. Triple cap for SuperHooper. He really has recovered in terms of map control. Look at the map now. You've seen no plays for either of the power farms really. We saw the shooters tickle this power node for a while, but that was it. And another Dreadnought for Bekromancer. This is awesome. Could have gone tier 3, probably should have gone tier 3 to be honest, and got a Predator tank or some Terminators, but he's going for the triple Dreadnought play, and for sheer entertainment this is going to be great. And heavy armor on the way for the Warboss. 200 Rex, 60 power, gives him plus 900 hit points. 226, 327. Tank Buster's getting shots. No sign of his power claw though. Oh no, Bekromancer cancels the third Dreadnought and gets some Assault Marines. 221, 327. Scouts getting dappered in the face by shooters. Here comes the melee Dreadnought. Scouts following him around trying to repair, and the looters I should say, wow, getting big shots on that Dreadnought. Those guys do an awesome amount of damage with this thing. Does not snare like a las cannon, but the sheer damage output is frightening, especially since that shot is not always easy to spot. Dreadnought here needs repairs. They both pretty much need repairs. He wishes he was a Tech Marine right now. And he's gone tier 3 Bekromancer with an assault squad. Sergeant is up. There he is at the front with the red helmet and the power sword jumping in. Disruptive jump troops. And that's a good choice, I think. Can get in amongst those tank busters and those looters quickly. Just need to be careful with the Warboss around, and he has the power claw now. Hard boys on him and user choppers. He's going straight after that Dreadnought. Can he take it down here? No, he retreats. So that is another double buff from the global bar, not used effectively because he was outnumbered. Stormboy's coming in. Don't think we've seen user choppers on these guys yet. Tier 3 for Bekromancer right about now. Dreadnought taking out some Stormboys as they retreat. 221, 300, it's still close. SuperHooper well into tier 3. Could get a Nob squad very soon. Need 500, 100 for one of those. And then the costs pile up with the upgrades. Looters and tank busters coming back mid. Have these guys leveled? Nope. And nope. 2-to-1 cap for Bekro. But look, he's completely conceding the west side of the map. Even these points which would be considered natural for him have been taken by SuperHooper, and he has a Nob squad on the way, so this is not looking good for Bekromancer. How is he going to deal with a Nob squad? Predator tank trying to outrange them, but that's always dangerous with tank busters and looters and the power claw around. He cannot get lightning claw terminators, so I think he's just going to have to rely on the Dreadnoughts. He does have a level 2 Dreadnought with Dark Age of technology. He can also jump in as a Assault Squad for some disruption with Merciless and some Angels of Death protection, so we'll see how he goes. In fact, he's gone for Vanguard Veterans, which is going to be awesome to see. These guys now have 1800 hit points at level 1. They all have power weapons. A Thunderhammer, a Lightning Claw, and 2 power swords do a lot of power melee damage. So the heavy infantry Nob squad is going to take damage from these guys, and this is a huge engagement. Now there's Frenzy on the Nobs, disrupted by the Dreadnoughts. And here come the Vanguard Veterans. He's going to deal very nicely with the Nob squad. Good play by Bekro. Kept his double shotgun scouts alive and around the Dreadnought for the extra disruption, and that Nob squad dealt with nicely. We might have to see SuperHooper go all in here with everything and then try and save his own day with a Call the Boys. That might be how this ends up, but in a moment We're in a pretty awesome place. Double Dreadnoughts, Vanguard Veterans, Nob Squad, a bunch of AV. Who can make this work? Bekro has given up the map though. He's a bit static in mid. He doesn't want to send his scouts away to cap because he's constantly having to repair with them. He has Dark Age of Technology also for the Assault Cannon Dreadnought, so he's investing a lot into looking after these guys. Some nice Dreadnought play. There is the barrage. Hits the Nob Squad with it. Warboss is isolated. There's Ard Boys on him. And user choppers. Very surprising that he doesn't save those buffs for the Nob Squad. Here they come. Bekromancer saving the Emperor's Fist for the Nob Squad, or is he? Is it still on cooldown? Didn't see him use it, and down it goes. That Dreadnought. 174, 252. Frenzied Nobs in there. There's Angels of Death, I should say. The other Dreadnought needs to back away. Looters getting shots. Tank Busters are there as well, though they're down to a single model. This Dreadnought is done for. And the Nob Squad coming good in the end. Just about getting away with 2 models. He did so well the first time. Not sure what happened the second time. Didn't see. I think he used... Did he use both shotgun blasts on the Warboss? Oh, come on, he says. That was an awesome engagement. An awesome engagement. 151, 252. Shooters now decapping east side. That's a pretty deflating sequence of events for Bekro. If only he could have saved up for a Land Raider in time. Did he even have the population for a Land Raider? Not sure. Now he has Devastators and a Predator tank though. He could make this work still. He could give the Vengeance rounds to his Devastators, suppress and then activate Vengeance rounds and do a lot of damage to that Nob Squad as they get close. Does have Frenzy though, of course, the Nob Squad, but it does cost 75 red to activate that thing. Now they get in there, Nobida. And they got half a level almost from taking down those 2 Dreadnoughts. 127, 252, all kicking off. SuperHooper, I think, doing the right thing, not giving Bekromancer a chance to breathe after that engagement, getting stuck straight back in there. Vanguard Veterans need to flee, there we go. Do not want to fight a Nob Squad. And Storm Boys. Even with Apothecary support, I don't think level 5 Apothecary would Purification Rights be useful right now. I don't think he has the power to get it. Nob Squad able to just walk right into those Devastators with the amount of hit points they have. You need to support your Devastators if you're going to try and use them against the Nob Squad. 94, 252. Nob Squad now on the Predator tank. Should be okay though, not getting rearm hits here. Nob Squad is just scary. Now huge hammers on the way. 94, 244. Smacking on a power generator now, headbutting it even. Where's that Warboss? He's only level 2. After everything he's killed, the Warboss is still level 2. Apothecary is level 5. And we're going to get a triple cap for SuperHooper. He has used the Nob Squad well. Pushed them in, been aggressive when he needed to. Looters now getting shots. That Predator tank taking tons of damage from those looters, and it does already have extra armor. That Dreadnought loss was so huge because he had Dark Age on both of them too. Warboss doing a good job capping stuff up. And look at the map control. Bekro is just going to have his power and his natural wreck, and that's it. Vanguard Veterans in amongst the Nob Squad, but they use Frenzy. Now it's one off. Looters forced to retreat, but double shooters are there getting Daka in. And look at the damage to that Vanguard Veteran Squad. Wow. Angels of Death on retreat does not save them. That heal came slightly too late apparently. 94, 154, triple cap for SuperHooper, and surely he's won this. There's a GG from Bekromancer. Nob Squad forced off, and they were the turning point. Apothecary is down to 20 hit points. 94, 129. He's not giving up. He's not giving up. It's a triple cap though. He doesn't have the power to get a Land Raider. Could get some Terminators soon, but I'm not sure that will help him. He played well. A bit too static in mid. The double Dreadnought play was nice, backed up by the Vanguard veterans, but just couldn't make it work in that vital engagement. I'm not sure what happened with those shotgun scouts. I think they used both of their blasts on the Warboss, which I suppose makes it even harder to counter the Nob Squad if you've got a Warboss running around in there as well. 94-78. GG again. Double cap. Are we going to see the VPs count down here? We might. Terminators hit the field for SuperHooper, for Bekromancer I should say. Storm Bolters and Power Fits, and then they're going to try and cap the east side, but he has nothing left basically. No map at all. Has his power and his wreck. Scouts capping, and Bekro is going to have a go. He's going to have a go. He's going to get absolutely roasted, but he's going to have a go. 94-36, double cap, going to be a 2-1. If Bekromancer pulls this out, it's going to be the greatest comeback in history. Predator gets shots. Hard Boys again on the Warboss. I didn't see him buff the Nob Squad once. Did he do it? He must have. Tank Buster Barrage coming in. Storm Boys get shotguns to the face. He's done very well with these scouts, I think. He's used them excellently in this game. Bekromancer hasn't got the map control he perhaps would have wanted out of them, but in combat he's used them very well. Terminators forcing melee combat. They do not want to fight a Nob Squad, and this is a very nearly level 2 Nob Squad. 94-5, 2-ton cap. Bekromancer fighting to the end, but SuperHooper is going to take this after a shaky tier 1. He came back strong, did well in tier 2, but really turned the corner in tier 3 with this Nob Squad, taking out the double Dreadnoughts with the sheer amount of AV he had. The Power Claw, the Looters, the Tank Busters and the Nob Squad was just too much for Bekromancer to handle, and that was the turning point in that big engagement. An awesome game though, really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.